Hey, what's going on, guys? Ghost619 here, and today what I'm bringing you guys is another episode of Q&A Monday. So this is the weekly series here on my channel where every single Monday I answer your guys' questions. So if you guys want to leave a question, all you gotta do is leave down a random question down below in the comment section, so I'm gonna try to get to it for next week's episode of Q&A Monday. So this is Q&A Monday number 42, and the gameplay here that you guys will be watching in the background is going to be a melee DNA bomb here, playing some domination on Riot. So if you guys enjoy the DNA bomb gameplay, I actually do die, I believe, on a 19 in the very beginning, and then like the I believe like second half I do get the DNA bomb, but you know that's just a failed double DNA bomb right there. But I do at least just get one DNA. So let's just get right to the question. So the first question is coming from Jacob, and he says, have you gotten a chem/DNA with every weapon class, so assault rifle, SMG, etc.? So I've gotten a chem with every AR in Call of Duty Ghosts, but I've gotten a chem with every SMG in Ghosts besides the CBJ, which I don't like that gun at all. For Advanced Warfare, I've gotten a DNA bomb with the MK14, I've gotten a DNA with the IMR, I've gotten a DNA with the HBR, I've gotten a DNA with ARX, I've gotten a DNA with the AK-12, and of course the Bal 27. So I've gotten a DNA with every gun in every assault rifle in Advanced Warfare besides the AE4, if you count that gun. But if you don't count that, then I've gotten a DNA with every single AR in Advanced Warfare. But with the SMGs and stuff in the game, I've gotten a DNA bomb with the SN6, the ASM1, of course, the MP11, and the KF5. But I've not gotten a DNA with the SAC-3 or AMR9 yet. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I've only gotten the DNA bombs with the assault rifle class in Advanced Warfare and the class of assault rifles as well as in Call of Duty Ghosts. So yeah, so the next question is coming from Luke, and he says, what is your favorite attachment in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? So that has to be suppressor, just because it's always good to stay off the minimap. I always, like, on all my guns I use stock, suppressor, and extended mags. That's pretty much what I use on my AK-12. That's what I use on my IMR, just stock, suppressor, and extended mags. I always have a suppressor in all my guns in Advanced Warfare, so I guess I could say the suppressor has to be my favorite attachment in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The next question is coming from Viper Ghost, and he says, what is your top 5 favorite guns of all time in Call of Duty? So I'm not gonna put these in order, but the last gun is going to be my favorite gun out of every single Call of Duty game. So the number 5 spot is going to be the MP7 from Modern Warfare 3. I did not really like the one from Black Ops 2. That one just didn't have a consistent feel to it. That's just for me though. The MW3 one, to me, had a very smooth and consistent feel to it, so I love the MW3 one better. My next gun is going to be the Galil from Black Ops 1. Of course, the Galil had some really nice iron sights. Just a fantastic gun in Black Ops 1. The next one is, of course, the Honey Badger from Call of Duty Ghosts. The gun's amazing, integrated suppressor. Who does not like suppressor on their guns? And then the next gun is going to be from MW3 as well, with the ACR. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know the ACR and MP7, man, like the two main guns everyone uses in that game. So ACR, MP7, Honey Badger, Galil, and my favorite gun out of every single COD is going to be the AUG from Black Ops 1. The AUG is amazing. That was just my favorite gun when the Black Ops was in its prime. The AUG, man, I've hit like so many feeds with that in Nuketown when Black Ops first came out. The AUG is my favorite weapon, in Call of Duty. So yeah. So the next question is coming from Replay Gamer, and he says, will you play Black Ops 3 Zombies on your channel? I would love to see that. So yes, of course, I would love to post Black Ops 3 Zombies, because I love zombies. I love Black Ops 2 Zombies. I love Black Ops Zombies. I love War Zombies. But my favorite zombies has to be the one from Black Ops 2. I think that one, it had like a better feel than Black Ops 1. That's just how I feel about the zombies that Treyarch made. But Black Ops 2, to me, it had the best feeling. It was so just entertaining to play. It had so many things to do. You could get perma perks and do all sorts of stuff in Black Ops 2 Zombies, and I wish they could, expand it more with Black Ops 3 Zombies. But yeah, I really want to post, just Black Ops 3 Zombies on my channel. That would be pretty cool. I could, definitely use Black Ops 3 Zombies gameplay here in the Q&A, because Q&As are like 10 or like more than 10 minutes long, so that would be pretty cool if I could post just zombies. Maybe I can go ahead and make a series about just tips or where to train, and just give you guys training spots if I happen to learn any. But yeah, the next question is coming from Otto the Potato, and he says, how old were you when you started playing Call of Duty? So my first Call of Duty, well, basically I got Modern Warfare 2 for my birthday in 2010. It was either 2010, I'm pretty sure it was. So, and I played MW2 until November, which Black Ops 1 came out in November 2010. So I guess you could say MW2 and Black Ops were my first Call of Duty games. And how old was I? So I got MW2 for my birthday, and I was 10, I think. No, it was August 2010. I was 11. I think. I'm pretty sure I was 11 when I first started playing Call of Duty. The next question is coming from Pancake Nation Games. Pretty cool name he got there. And he says, what's your favorite map in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? So I love pretty much every map in the game. I love Retreat. I love Riot. I love Biolab. I love Terrace. I love like every single map in the game. I love Comeback. But maybe the most fun map in the game for me, the map I do the most good on, is probably the map you're seeing on screen here, Riot. I guess maybe Riot or Terrace has to be my favorite map. I really can't decide, because there's, in my opinion, there's some really good maps in Advanced Warfare. With Comeback, the only problem is, you guys all know, the campers that be, the campers that just sit in corners with their Pytac loopholes and the mellies and riot shields and stuff. Yeah, so with Comeback, the only problem with that map is, of course, B. All they do is just camp and stuff. So I guess Riot or Terrace has to be my favorite map. I really can't decide on that. I really can't. So the next question is coming from Magic Kid 1999, and he says, how did you decide to start your YouTube channel, and what microphone do you use? So how did I decide to start? Like, how did I start it? So it was during Call of Duty Ghosts last year in January. Like, I think it, like, I just can't really remember like how it came to be. I really, it's really like faded away now, because it's literally been like a year and a half, but all I can remember from then, it's been literally a year and a half. So it's literally, I'm saying literal too much, but January of 2014, like around then, in January, I started to get good in Call of Duty Ghosts, and I've started dropping chem strikes. If you guys go all the way back to when my channel first started, all I did was upload chem strike after chem strike, and my first video on my channel was a chem strike and an infected. And then ever since then, I just wanted to upload chem strikes just because I kept on getting them. And what's a better way to just to get chem strike? You can share them to YouTube. Because what else are you going to do with chem strike gameplay? Just share them with YouTube. So I think that's the reason why I started the channel and stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that was the reason why. And plus I saw other YouTubers do it, and they were having fun with their subscribers and stuff. Of course I was a big fan of White Boy, and I don't really watch White Boy anymore. But White Boy 7th Street, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I just really was into their stuff, and I wanted to start a channel just because of the how YouTubers start their own. But yeah, and what microphone do I use? I use the Blue Snowball, really good microphone. So the next question is coming from Chandler, and he says, do you like the kill streak option or score streak option? If you answer, thanks. So I personally prefer the kill streaks over score streaks, because here in AW you can get a Warbird if you go negative. You can get a bombing run if you go negative. You can get streaks in Advanced Warfare if you go negative, because all you can do if you're negative, you can go and capture the flag. You can score uplinks. You can capture the hard point. All of that score. adds up to build up to your kill streak, and that kind of just annoys me. You know, all I use in Advanced Warfare is UAV and System Hack. I'm not really into those assault streaks to help you, you know, raise your KD. I'm not really into that at all whatsoever. You guys know me. I love to get, you know, just DNA bombs and chem strikes. That's just how I roll right there. But I honestly would prefer, you know, a kill streak system, just because, you know, because like I said before, bad players with, you know, bad players going 5 and 20, they can get a warbird just by capturing flags. And I know that's playing objectively and stuff. That's good for the team. But come on, does that person really deserve that, going 5 and 20? So I do prefer just the kill streak option. So the next question is coming from Shadow Master. He says, do you use aim assist in any games, especially Call of Duty? So I guess you're referring to only Call of Duty. I guess Battlefield and other first-person shooters do have aim assist. I haven't played Battlefield in a very long time, but I do use aim assist. It's just, you know, on the it's just on their default once you get the game, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I use aim assist. So that was the last question, guys. I really don't want to make this over like 11 minutes. I know it's over 11 minutes now, but that was a Q&A. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'm out of here. Peace out.